Hello everybody! Today we're going to be looking at this super small 3x3 seamless glass door. So you might remember the one that I showed on my channel a bit earlier. It was last time's video. It was this one right here. Not this one, that's actually an already compacted version. This one, which is really big. So I really like what it does. Works perfect, but it was really big. So I spent a lot of time compacting it. And this was the end result. So it's only 3 blocks wide and 17 blocks tall and 15 blocks wide. So if we give it a go, it works exactly the same as the other ones. And same with the closing. So I'm going to show you how to build this one. Because honestly, it is not that complicated of a build. It's really just a double piston extender with extending pistons at the top and a bunch of 3 block swappers. So first of all, you're going to get yourself a 3x3 hallway, and the input source is going to be right here. So I'm going to be using a lever on the side of the wall, but just make sure you have a repeater going into that redstone dust. Well, a block next to, with a repeater going into it, into that redstone dust. So to start off, once you have your hallway, you're going to dig down 6 blocks, and you're going to leave that final block, and that is where you're going to place repeaters. So start by placing some repeaters right there. You're going to grab some redstone lamps. You need 3 of these. Some observers facing upwards going into some blocks. Some redstone torches, like this. Sorry. Excuse me. And you're going to want to place your pistons. So essentially, 2 sticky pistons on each row, and then just a set of normal pistons. So once you have that done, you're going to do this. So add a row of blocks here, and have some redstone dust right there. On top of this redstone dust, we're going to have some observers facing upwards, and down here we're going to have a redstone line. That is pretty much it done. Now all we have to do is the timing circuitry. So the timing circuitry is actually quite simple. So you're going to want to start off by having your repeater set to 1 tick right here, and the repeater set to 4 ticks right there. It's going to be going into a block which will have redstone torch on its side, and here you're going to have some redstone dust. Now near this redstone torch, you're going to have a block with some dust on it. Then going down, you'll have a repeater set to 2 ticks going into a block which underneath it will have a sticky piston with an observer facing upwards. Now I suggest you briefly break this redstone dust so that you don't activate it. And it activated anyways. Okay. So now what you're going to want to do is finish the rest of the piston layout. So right here, like on the same row that you have your sticky pistons, you want to place 3 blocks, because that's where your concrete is going to be, or sand, just a block that is affected by gravity. So that's where you're going to have your falling blocks, and you build 3 blocks out, and you will have some pistons right there. So 1, 2, 3. So these pistons are just going to push the concrete powder across, and over on this side we can count. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 6 blocks out, and place 3 pistons facing that way. So that is about half of the piston layout done, and I'd say about a third of our door completed. So if you haven't already, go ahead and place this piston with some redstone dust on top of it, and place an observer like this. Now you're going to go 2 blocks out, so that way when the piston extends, it activates this block, and you will have redstone dust like this, then redstone dust going down, a repeater set to 3 ticks, a block, then a repeater set to 1 tick, and a block. So here you will place some redstone dust and a repeater set to 4 ticks, which will be going into a block that below it will have redstone dust. Now here you actually need to grab some glass and place that like that. So that is actually our timing circuitry done for this side. So once that is done, what we'll do is that we'll have 4 observers facing this, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Then one going upwards, that will be into a block that will be next to a repeater set to 4 ticks. Then you'll have another repeater set to 4 ticks facing this way, and then a repeater set to 3 ticks. Now this will be going into 2 redstone torches, and it will be connected to these 3 pistons, which will extend. So basically the concrete powder gets extended across, this activates, and then this pushes the iron blocks back across, and that final step is what we are building right now. So even though it might not look like it, this is actually connected to that. So a repeater set to 1 tick, a block, then another repeater set to 1 tick going into a block. You can break these at the bottom, you will not need them. Now over here at the top, so exactly 1, 2, 3, exactly 3 blocks above these, you're going to have 3 more pistons, so like that. And in front of these 3 pistons, you will have more iron blocks. So from this redstone repeater, you will have some redstone dust on here, a block of iron, more redstone dust, some glass, and just follow along. So essentially we're getting a signal up there. Make sure you use glass here, because like when I use glass, make sure you use glass or a transparent block, or else it will break. Okay, so just continue it up here like this. Then have a block like this. And it will be the same thing. So redstone, repeater set to 1 tick, then another repeater set to 1 tick going into a block. And your opening sequence should be complete. If you want, now is the time to give it a test, so fill it up with glass and see if it works. Yeah, you really want to make sure that before you fire it for the first time, you have placed in your concrete powder in between the pistons. I can't believe I forgot that. Right here, you need to have concrete powder. Okay, let's reset the door and try again. Alright, so now is the time to fill your door with glass, and don't flick that lever yet. Make sure you have already filled these blocks with a falling block, because if you only have these, then it will completely break everything and you have to reset all the pistons, which does take a good minute or so. So once that is done, just flick the lever, and the opening sequence should be complete. Now we're going to work on the closing sequence. So if you go out 4 blocks, and then you have 3 sticky pistons facing this way, we can do the same thing here at the top. So count 3 blocks upwards, and then have sticky pistons facing downwards. There we go. Okay, so you're going to have some glass like this. And then the bottom layer can be a solid block. Add redstone on all of these. And now what you will do is glass repeater set to 2 ticks going into a block, which below it will have some redstone. And you will do something similar here. So here you're going to have some redstone and a repeater set to 1 tick going out of that. Now, over here, you're going to want to start by placing a block with a redstone torch like this that has a sticky piston on top of it and an observer facing not there, definitely not there, this way. So that observer will essentially be connected up to this. And here you're going to have a repeater set to 3 ticks, and then a repeater set to 1 tick. They will obviously be going into a block. Now you're going to place 2 torches going upwards like this, and then 2 of them diagonally, like this. Place a block and some redstone, and that should be the closing sequence completed. There it is. That is the 3x3 seamless glass door, of course designed by me, as all designs on this channel. Now, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!